Hello.
Thanks for talking, Daniel. I didn't know if there was, I didn't, whoops, I didn't know if there was any audio yet.
Oh,
Good. Okay.
yes, people are very quiet before it starts,
That's right.
and they tend to connect at the very last minute.
Maybe I can check if everyone can hear me. Okay, thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. So how's my sound?
Uh, it's not great.
What's wrong with it?
Like breaking up, stuttering really bad.
All right, hold on. Okay, Graham, how we doing?
A lot better, a lot clearer.
Okay, that was it then.
Okay.
So tell Mandy to unmute the room and, or she did that already. Yeah, so we're ready to go.
All right, cool.
Begin all recording and then, Daniel, you're going to go, right?
Yeah, unless Christine is going to welcome us first.
Oh,
Should I just start?
hang on a second. Wait till we get rolling.
So we're ready?
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi, folks. Thanks for your patience. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm Christine Lewinsky. I think most of you know me. This is a beautiful turnout on the Zoom and a also lovely turnout in the room. So thank you all for being here on Friday afternoon. I'm going to introduce Daniel Breslaw, who is going to introduce our speaker for this afternoon. So take it away, Daniel.
Yes, it's really my pleasure to introduce Bunyakiat Petri, or who prefers to be known familiarly as GAM. GAM undertook this project with an unusual degree of personal investment and motivation, because the concerns of her research are her long-standing professional concerns, the issues to which she's devoted a great deal of her career. GAM joined our program while serving as a project manager and then policy consultant in the Office of Science and Technology at the Thai Embassy. And her job there was primarily to support Thai-US collaborations in science and technology. So she came to us looking for a broader perspective and analytical tools for better understanding international collaboration and how it relates to national goals that she deeply cares about of sustainably improving the lives of the Thai people. She had some expertise in gathering and analyzing quantitative data, but taught herself the analytic techniques, coding skills needed to carry out this project, taught me a lot of it as well. I wondered who was the student and who was the teacher at many points. All of this while starting a family, weathering COVID and making trips back and forth. The result is a really impressive piece of multi-method research that takes a critical perspective, not only of the potential of collaboration, but problems with international collaboration in the context of North-South inequalities that will not only help inform Thailand's science and technology policy, but it's contributing to more general knowledge on the potential of international collaborations. And proof of that is her forthcoming peer-reviewed article in the Journal of Scientometric Research. So it's with a lot of pride and a lot of admiration that I introduce you, GAM, today.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Breslaw. It's very impressive introduction. I'm going to start my presentation and share my screen right now. So, okay, the project that I'm presenting today is my dissertation, and the title is Triple Helix Relations in Local and International Scientific Collaborations, the case study of Thailand, US, and China. I am a STS PhD student from the Northern Virginia campus, and my committee are Dr. Daniel Breslaw, Dr. Barbara Allen, Dr. Saul Halfon, and Dr. Matthew Winiowski. As Dr. Berslow mentioned, I used to work at the Office of Science and Technology at Thai Embassy, and I was involved with a lot of collaborative projects between Thailand and the US. This experience drew me to this area and to STS, and I feel like scientific collaboration is very interesting. There are so many aspects to look at. There are different types and level of scientific collaboration, the differences between partner. So I think this area is very interesting, and there are a lot of things that need to be learned and try to understand. So the case study that I use in my project is the international scientific collaboration between Thailand and the US and Thailand and China. I also look at the connection between the local and international scientific collaboration as well. Why Thailand? Thailand is undergoing significant changes, and scientific collaboration, both local and international, play a very significant role in this transition. While this country has been doing okay in the past, the country right now is struggling to overcome the middle income traps for many reasons. And to do that, Thai government has developed Thailand 4.0 to create a value-based economy that is driven by research and development, research and innovation, hoping that this effort will help the country move forward. So in the new development framework, I found that Thai government strongly promote scientific collaboration between local sectors as well as between Thailand and foreign partners. For example, this figure was in one of the government agency national policy reports. You can see that they put the key sectors that will help promote Thailand's science capacity. So they are like universities, the government, private sectors, and international partners. Collaboration among these key sectors are anticipated to serve as a mechanism for advancing the country's sustainable development. And the term quadruple helix also appear in many national science policy papers. When selecting international collaborations for my comparative analysis, I believe comparing collaboration between Thailand and the US with those between Thailand and China would make an interesting case study. Both countries are key partners for Thailand, but their historical relations, geographic location, and cultural backgrounds differ significantly. Thailand is also different from many other countries in Southeast Asia. The country was able to maintain its independence from being colonized by European powers. This allowed it to choose its own path in international relations. However, this autonomy is indirectly influenced by superpowers and also requires some strategic navigation of super dynamics. The strategy Thailand uses is called bamboo strategy, which means like bending and balancing between competing superpowers. This continues to influence the country in many ways, including how Thailand engaged in scientific collaboration at global level. Additionally, looking at the US and China with Thailand provide an opportunity to explore north and south collaborations. Examining this collaboration through the lens of post-colonial science will shed light on how historical power dynamics and global inequalities continue to influence scientific knowledge production and collaboration between developing and developed countries. So scientific collaboration is obviously very important, and a number of researchers have found the connection between local entities and international partners are very crucial for advancing a nation's scientific progress. Country like Thailand heavily investing in research collaboration, hoping that this will help drive the country forward. So recognizing this importance the importance of both local and international collaboration, I have formulated 2 research questions. First, what are the connections between local and international research collaboration with a comparative analysis of Thailand and the US and China? Second question is, how do social factor and strategic consideration influence the pursuit of scientific collaboration? To address these research questions, I used 2 concepts from STS, the Triple Helix framework and the cycle of credibility framework. And there are 3 main areas in the literature review that I focus on: scientific collaboration, Triple Helix framework, and cycle of credibility. First, scientific collaboration has existed since the early days of science, particularly in modern time. Researchers collaborate to gain recognition and support. Collaboration has evolved through the development of institutionalization, disciplinary practice, and so on. Since World War II, international research collaboration and cross-sector collaboration were the key for competing nations. Government increased funding and formed partnership with academia and industry to boost research and innovation. Many literature in this area discuss various forms of scientific collaboration, the pros and cons, reflecting the important role of scientific collaboration in the global development. So while international scientific collaboration become a common practice and increased worldwide, the growth of collaboration across country is particularly significant for middle-income country. As you can see from the graph, the growth is significantly faster in middle-income country compared to other groups. Global North-South partnership, which often highlights inequality between partners' countries, become another interesting aspect to look at. For example, Costello 2000 described this as a semi-colonial model where developing countries are often assigned to just collect data, while the Western researchers dominate in research planning and dissemination. Despite efforts to increase the equality, many North and South collaborations still reflect power imbalances, with northern countries benefit disproportionately. Additionally, the growing focus on South and South scientific collaboration is emerging. This model allows developing countries to collaborate, gain international visibility, and focus on local issues while understanding each other's limitations. However, inequality still remains even among the Southern partners. Many scholars try to understand science and technology development by creating various frameworks and models. The most common framework follow a linear model, starting from basic research, applied research, and development. However, these models have been criticized for oversimplifying the complexity of knowledge development, as it overlooked the dynamic interaction between institutions and focuses too much on individual performance. To address the complexities of science and technology development, scholars have introduced nonlinear models like Markov chains or spiral models. These models feature multiple starting points, increase sector interactions, and greater actor involvement. Expanding on these models, the Triple Helix framework by Exkovitz and Leydesdorff highlight the interaction between three main sectors within research and innovation system. Traditionally, university focus on basic research and knowledge generation, while industry apply this knowledge to develop products and technologies. Government primary focus on providing funding and regulation to support both sectors. The roles of the three sectors have evolved over time, with their traditional boundary become blurred due to many events like wars or economic shift. By the late 19th century, the three sectors adopt new function, leading to overlapping domain and intersecting institutional boundaries. The Triple Helix model examines interaction between the three main sectors, highlighting institutional shift, evolutionary mechanism, and new roles. This process drives system in restructuring and may lead to a new institutional configurations. This collaboration encourages complex, dynamic, and involving structure within the sectors, with flexible model capturing the impact of this interaction. Many studies use triple helix relation to examine evolving scientific collaboration, scientific performance, or varying impact of international collaboration on local collaboration across different countries. So these studies show that there are strong connection between local and international collaboration. Besides understanding the patterns and relationship between both local and international scientific collaboration, I also try to identify the factors that impact these relations. Thanks to STS, I found two concepts that are very helpful. So the second one is the cycle of credibility. Some scholars apply economic concept to explain scientists' behavior, suggesting that they invest resources with the expectation of return. However, this view is not entirely straightforward, as the motivation and outcome are often more complex for scientists. So Merton, he suggests a reward system in which scientists are motivated by the desire to make valuable contributions and attain personal fulfillment, with institutional recognition playing a key role in driving their work. The rewards scientists receive are connected to the acknowledgement of their past work and the personal benefit they gain through this institutional recognition. However, then Latour and Vogler offer a more nuanced interpretation, viewing that credibility is a dynamic. They see credibility as a dynamic aspect of social relation within the scientific community. They emphasize that credibility is not just about the past achievement, but also about how scientists are perceived for the future contribution. For them, credibility is part of the ongoing negotiation of social status and recognition. This related more to personal attributes and social standings. Scientists need various resources, including information, data, equipment, and funding to complete their project. The cycle of credibility helps us understand their decision making, and they process it in engaging in scientific collaboration. The concept suggests that collaboration are strategic investment where researchers aim to build and increase their credibility through partnerships. This concept also applies both the cognitive aspect and the external factors influencing scientific activities such as institution, finance, and policy. To answer my two research questions, first, I explore the connections between international and local scientific collaboration using mutual information analysis within the Triple Helix framework. The quantitative study analyzed publication categorized by countries and sectors in Thailand. The second question, I conducted qualitative interview analyzed through the lens of credibility, the cycle of credibility, hoping to find the intersection between local and international collaboration where credibility from one level could impact another. And then I conduct integrative analysis using the finding from both methods. For the quantitative analysis, I use publication data from Scopus from 2006 to 2022, which is like 17 years. Then I filter the publication to have co-author publication into 4 collaborative settings. Publication, co-author publication among Thai local sectors, co-author publication between Thai and foreign partner, between Thai and US partner, and between Thai and Chinese partner. Then I also filter the publication into 3 subject area: medicine, agricultural and biological science, and engineering, to explore different cognitive and social aspects that could play a role in collaboration. The number of co-author publication was calculated using Leydesdorff formula, which resulted in the transmission uncertainty or T value. And I plot the value over time so I can see the changes or evolution over time. This value enables the calculation of synergy and interdependence between variables within the triple helix model. So these are 3 important findings that I received from the quantitative methodology. So first, I found different patterns of the triple helix relation among Thai's local sector when operating locally versus when they're engaging with international partner. For example, we can see some stronger collaboration between local sector when they engaged with international partner. Like, for example, I can see that university and government work more closely when they collaborate with the US. And I can also see that industry become more active when Thai researchers work with Chinese partners. The second finding is the second finding focus on the 2 partner countries. I found that varying triple helix synergy for Thai international collaboration when they collaborate with the US and China. When Thailand work with US partner, I found that I found the weakest synergy when Thailand work with the US partner. On the other hand, the synergy becomes stronger when Thailand work with China. And the third one is I found distinctive collaboration pattern in medical science. So mutual information analysis of domestic publication data show that medical science in Thailand has weaker synergy between the 3 local sectors. Most local collaboration focus mainly on partnership between university and government and leave the industry behind. While the quantitative section asks me to explore the collaborative research activities, I want to go a step further by trying to understand the drivers and factors that lead to the findings. To do so, I have to learn from people who have experiences working on collaborative projects to explore how the different types of credibilities are acquired and exercised, as well as how this practice influence scientific knowledge production. So I conduct semi-structured interviews with 18 researchers from different settings and disciplines. There are 11 males and 4 females. 7 of them are from engineering, 5 are from agricultural and biological science, 4 from medicine, 2 from chemistry. There are 8 interviewees from universities, 6 from government agencies, and 4 from industry. 5 participants are Thai researchers who worked on local collaboration, 9 on international collaboration between Thailand and the US, and 4 on Thailand-China projects. The interview questions concentrate on the project formation and progression. The following questions were asked to elicit detailed information about what the participant gained or lost, their decision-making process, and their strategy for selecting research partner or topic. The interviews are analyzed using the Triple Helix and the cycle of credibility frameworks, which emphasize collaboration among different sectors and research, and researchers' investment in type of credibility resources. So there are some highlighted case studies that can show that I can show you what I learned from this from the interview. This quote, when we examine our innovation value chain, it is clear that there are critical gaps. We lack an efficient platform that facilitates smooth collaboration, and the government has overlooked this issue. This makes it incredibly challenging to produce knowledge in Thailand that is recognized globally. Our researchers are primarily focused on publishing and gaining recognition rather than driving meaningful innovation. So this quote is from an interviewee who served both as a professor at a medical department and the president of Research and Development Office at a Thai university. He discussed the strengths and challenges facing Thailand medical science landscape. He underscored the need for research commercialization as a mechanism to overcome the middle income trap, emphasizing the necessity of strong connection between the other sector and industry. So why Thailand demonstrates success in promoting both local and international collaboration? The key challenge here is to promote knowledge exchange across sector for optimal outcome. The situation also reflect on the number of publications. We can see that the main contributor of publication in medical science is university and government. But not so much, industry is not very active in this area. This suggests that the significance of medical science and limited involvement of private company. This is the characteristics of medical research in Thailand. And also another thing I noticed about medical science is that the 3-dimensional synergy among local sector, they are consistent whether whether foreign partners are included or excluded. This shows that foreign partner has very minimal influence to shape the engagement of local sector in Thailand. The second case study is in agricultural and biological science. So it said They want us to collect and test sample to detect diseases, but we negotiated with them. We explained that simply collecting and testing sample would bring little benefit to Thailand from the project. When I saw the opportunity to collaborate with foreign country, my goal was not just to focus on the publications, but also to achieve practical application that we could use in Thailand. Additionally, I insisted on using only Thai researcher because I believe our researchers are fully capable of conducting the research independently. This case study highlights the disparity in science capacity between developed and developing countries. This quote is from a senior government researcher involved in several projects between the USAID and the Thai government. He noted the inequality in research collaboration with more advanced countries, and to escape this influence of the post-colonial science, they need to engage in collaboration with well-planned strategies. So Thailand need to adopt proactive approaches, not merely just accept whatever is offered, but they need to negotiate for the best interest. One strategy is to establish local network and leverage strength from local resources. This approach fosters symbiotic relationship between local and international collaboration, make it enhancing each other. The last case study that I would like to show is in engineering. So he said, we have developed nanomaterial that have a wide range of applications. Collaboration plays a crucial role in this process, especially with local sector and industry. We recognize the need for industry transformation, so it is essential to work together with companies to apply this material to real product. So in this case study highlighted the effective integration of global and local collaborations, emphasizing the shared nature of problem and solution in the field. Researchers from Shanghai University and Nanotech, a Thai government research agency, they work together on developing new nanomaterial for electromagnetic interference shielding, which is like they believe that this is very important technology in their field. This collaboration is driven by both organization mission to translate laboratory innovation into market-ready technologies. In this example, Thai government collaborate with industry university aiming to engage with private partner in both countries. I also observed that Thai-China collaborations are primarily driven by commercial interests with strong promotion of industry engagement, leading to a strong local synergy. From both quantitative and qualitative analysis, I have learned several things about scientific collaboration within specific contexts, aiming to better understanding how scientists make decisions and engage in this partnership. So here are some key takeaways from my study. First, researchers dedicate a significant amount of time and resources to build and sustaining relationship network as it increases the potential of participating in the resource conversion cycle. So I found that researchers dedicate like time and energy to build relationship network because it helped them to increase the potential of the future project. Relationship could consider another important part of the cycle of credibility. Like from the quote, they always say like if they are looking for a research partner, they will reach out to their friends or former colleagues first. Another quote shows that new network may lead to the new opportunities. For instance, the researcher from the US and Thai universities discovered that if they collaborate, they could they would be eligible to apply for grants, some grants like the US Asian grants. Connection or relation network can last for a long time, but they can also fade and as they partner age or become less involved in scientific activities. Researchers try to build new network and strengthen existing ones whenever possible because they believe that network and connection are valuable assets. Networking may not pay off immediately. Researchers recognize that connection may be useful in the long run. Recognizing the value of network relationship, many organizations encourage their researchers to collaborate with people from different agencies or sectors or even countries. They include this into the KPI, encouraging them scientists to collaborate by providing financial support and flexibilities. Furthermore, relationship network facilitate collaboration across sectoral and national boundaries more seamlessly, as they foster familiarity and trust among partners. From these quotes, collaboration are easier to form when potential partners are agreeable because they know each other. And the other quote said, people who are in the same field but never have relationship or connection may see each other as competitors. Based on this observation, I feel like relationship network could deserve a place in this cycle of credibility model because it helps promote credibility of the result conversion. Secondly, collaboration are treated as an investment in which researchers must evaluate and substantiate their investment as they rely on resources to carry out their work. So they have to weigh what they have to lose and gain, assess whether it's worth the effort, and determine if they can achieve their goal before making a decision. During the interview, all participants consistently discuss both their contribution to collaboration and also the benefit they expect to receive in return. While it sounds comparable to economic investment, it is done in more indirect manners. The cycle of credibility concept could be used to explain the process of achieving conversions by delineate several elements, including argument, data, personnel, resources, recognition, and publication. Processing the resource enhance credibility, and allocating more resources often lead to larger return of investment. We also found that the participants seek to optimize the investment, with the foremost priority being that the project should ultimately benefit their countries or align with the requirement of the organization. During the interviews, they mentioned national policy or the traditional role of the institution many times, so they realized that. An interesting observation is that different credibility resources lead to varying level of negotiation power, depending on the context. In most cases, collaborators with funding tend to hold more power. However, when certain resources is less common, such as the tropical viruses in Thailand, this can lead to a greater negotiation leverage as well. That leads to the next analysis. The nation's collaborative strategy is shaped by its unique circumstances. In the case of Thailand, a developing country, we observe a dependency relation when collaborating with more advanced nations like the US. So while Thailand's scientific strength from its wealth of national resources, like they have very strong diversity, unique species, and and variety of diseases. What the country need is the financial resources as well as advanced technology and know-how. And Thai researchers realized that they need help from more advanced country. They also hope that once they could learn from the researcher from more advanced country, they would be able to do things on themselves and no need to rely on other countries. So one example is that Thailand permits foreign researchers to gather disease sample within the country in exchange for grants, allowing Thai researchers to conduct additional study on their own because they lack of the capacity. Furthermore, while collaboration involves an exchange of resources, typically the partner who bring funding and advance to the table hold the advantage. One interviewee stated that she is willing to participate in collaborative projects and gain access to necessary resources, even if her name is not among the first few of the co-author list. The dependency relationship is less observed in the interview between Thailand among Thai researchers who work with China. They often refer to their partner as a friend. So I work with a friend. In this study, we found that while cross-sector and cross-national collaborations lead to scientific progress, scientists face challenges such as the need to maintain the research agenda while dealing with the partners who have different characteristics, as well as evaluating the worthiness of the resource exchanges. Our interview revealed that the motivation-driven researcher to collaborate with foreign or cross-sector partner are intertwined with both personal and organizational objectives. Engaging in collaboration that transcends sector and national boundary enable them to acquire new knowledge, advance their career, and expand their professional network. They are driven by the desire to make. They're also driven by the desire to make meaningful contribution to their country or to address challenges faced by the broader scientific community. So this project contributes to the existing body of knowledge relevant to research collaboration by investing the dynamic of credibility conversion within the context of research collaboration between developing and developed country, as well as at the local and international levels. The study also uncovered strategies researchers use to engage in collaboration and how they negotiate resource conversion in different contexts. Applying STS framework help in understanding the dynamic of international and local collaborations by contextualizing them within societal, political, and economic influences. The study revealed distinct interaction patterns between local sector in Thailand when collaborating with partners from the US and China due to various factors. So these insights are not only relevant to Thailand, but also applicable to other developing countries facing similar challenges or researchers who want to improve their collaboration strategy. So that's all about my project. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Gam. That was fantastic. I'll editorialize to say that and how fortunate it was for us to hear this talk after our Mullins lecture last week. So thank you so much. We are going to, Lois is here and Fernando's here, the three of your seminar assistants. And so we're going to do our usual strategy of alternating between questions in the room and questions on Zoom. The only difference today is that we're going to ask people who are on Zoom asking a question from Zoom to just go ahead and unmute yourselves when we let you know that it's your turn, and then ask your question yourself. And Phil has his hand up already. So Phil, you're first. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot, Gam. This is interesting stuff. I guess I just wanted to hear kind of like as directly as possible, or just your thoughts, like kind of your hopes and dreams about like how your research potentially could benefit Thai science and scientists, and then who needs to digest your work in order to effect like the sort of positive changes in Thailand that you are hoping to draw attention to.
Yes, so I think this study provide an alternative framework that they can use to assess their position, and it can be both at the policy level and also a scientist level. For example, I found that Thailand has much more formal collaboration when they work with the US. So government has to engage a lot in the collaboration between the US and Thailand. Compared to China, they are more like informal. They work like seamlessly between sectors. So this information can be used to for the government to make decision about their future policy. For example, in medical science, mostly in the hand of government and university. Do they want to engage, to allow industry to engage more, hoping to push and improve the medical science in Thailand that way? Or they can use this information to go back and see, okay, we would like to keep medical science in the hand of government, but we might need to take the role or responsibility that industry is doing. For example, pushing commercialization, but in the domain of government and university relations, something like that. So the policymaker need to make decision like which direction they can use, they can go to improve science collaboration. And this also beneficial for individual researchers as well, because they can see that they can see the trend and in their fields, and if they want to make it different by trying to engage with people from different sectors. So this can give like another lens or framework that they can see the position and think about their future.
So by policymakers, do you mean Thai policymakers, or do you mean like policymakers also in like say the US and China?
I think policymaker who form the national policy, like if the country need to invest more in international collaboration or invest more in cross-sector collaboration and how they can do that. So in Thailand, science policy start from the top, and then they assign, like they create a framework and platform and encourage organization and individual level to follow that. So I feel like this is more like a information and guidance for the policy level at the top.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for your talk. I'm curious because I'm not as familiar with the sort of makeup of Thai institutions. Oh, that is interesting. There was a quote from one of your interviewees that there isn't an effective platform for collaboration, and I'm curious about the state of intersectoral collaboration at the local level within Thailand. If you could speak more about that and how that works, how it doesn't work, just so that I have a better picture of what the facts are on the ground.
Yes. So that quote is from a Thai university professor, and he also a researcher in medical science. He was a little frustrated because he see a lot of opportunities in the market, but everything, if you want to request more budget, get funding, mostly is from government, and would take a lot of time because they have like a lot of step to go through. And when they receive the fund, the train is already passed. So they think medical science in the hand of government is kind of slow and has a lot of management, and he cannot catch up with the market. So he feel like industry need to be more active, need to be open to engage more in medical science. So that's how he feel. Did I answer your question? Can you repeat your questions?
Yeah, I think that answered it pretty well.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Gam. Thank you so much for the presentation. One question I have is if you could share with us the process of doing this research, because you used mixed methods, and I imagine you had to go through IRB processes too. So if you could explain to us how this process has been for you to have quantitative data and qualitative data in this dissertation, and congratulations.
Thank you. So maybe I can go back to my screen. So first, yes, it's the kind of mixed method. So at first, I need to select which country that would be the best case study, right? So first, I collect publication data, and I filter to the Thai and foreign partner in different country, look at the number, look at the trend, and I found that the Thai US and Thai China is it not only is the majority of publication with international partner are from Thailand and China, but I can see the different trend that for Thai US collaboration is increased consistently with the very smooth trend. But in China, it shows it just pop up maybe during 2016. So there are many aspects that I feel like this country can be a great comparative case study. And then I go back to, and then while I work on the quantitative data, I also start interviewing people to get some more information and to get the aspect that maybe I can use to look at specifically when I work on the quantitative data. Like for example, when I select 3 main study subjects, not only I look at the number of publication, but I can also talk to people talk to the interviewees to see if there any information, any aspect from different area that I think that could fit to my study. So I kind of do the parallel method, do both quantitative and qualitative together, and both methodology form into this study. And yes, I have to do the IRB. So I just I list all the question, and okay, also when I work on the quantitative data, I also think of how can I get what question I need to ask in the interview to get to answer the question that I have during the quantitative analysis as well. So once I have the list of questions ready, I apply for IRB approval, showing that, okay, this is the question that I would like to ask. And I don't think there is any risk involved because it mostly asks about their work in general. There's no personal aspect that could impact their work. And also I let them, they have opportunity to say okay, just make it anonymous, or you can mention my name or position in the paper. So that information I also use in the IRB approval application. So, and I think I received IRB assumption. Like I don't have to go through the whole IRB reviewing. So I can start collecting data and interview people after I receive the letter from IRB office.
Saul, so Saul, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay. Hi. Hi, Gam. Thank you. It's really exciting to see you having gotten to this place in your research, and I'm very thrilled to see the depth of this work. I want to kind of turn you back to where you started this in some ways in your presentation, which is this focus on the middle income trap. In some ways, I see your project as being framed around that as the kind of central problematic for you in how to think about collaboration as a way out of the middle income trap. But I don't think you kind of came back to it at the end. So I want you to come back to that problematic and to help us to understand how the findings, your findings, might offer opportunities or ways forward. In other words, what in some ways, thinking about how to get out of that trap requires a theory of what the trap is and what causes it, and some idea of how collaboration or scientific development or collaboration might help Thailand in particular to overcome this problem. So I was just wondering if in your studies you've figured out strategies that you think are particularly productive in avoiding some of the dangers that you articulated, right? The dangers of sort of extractive relationships within collaborations rather than more cooperative collaboration, that kind of thing. So I was just wondering how your research in the end helps to really address this kind of central problem for you. Thanks.
Yes. So this project started when I noticed that Thailand need to invest a lot in collaboration and to overcome the middle income trap. And then I found a lot of literature talking about if a triple helix, having hypothesis that if local collaboration work very closely, and there will be a lot of knowledge exchange in the local system, that will be the key factor for sustainable development for a country. That's the hypothesis. That's why I feel like, okay, let's look at Thailand as an example. And when I look at this in the framework of triple helix, I feel different pattern and in different subject area. That's the reason why I like to see in different subject area. And I feel like, for example, in engineering, I have a sense that researchers have more freedom because they can work with any sector if they can find a reason, compared to scientists in medical field or biological science. This field are more related to national security, so they have to be more careful when work with international partner. So maybe triple helix framework, the strong synergy between local sector might work well in some area, but not in the other area. So I'm not sure if I can, maybe I need some more time to think of like what could be a final suggestion that I could get from this study. But at this point, I feel like it's great to have stronger synergy at local level, but there are some aspects that policymakers and scientists need to focus on before they start shaping the policy and the direction they are going to. Yeah, I mean, I feel like yes, it's not like 100% that okay, this is the best strategy, but maybe you could do it this way, but this is what you have to look at to form your decision.
Okay, we have a question from Lois.
Hi, Gam. Thank you for your presentation. I was interested in how individual institutions are not really like a main focus of your study. Rather, you more focus on these different researchers and these national level collaborations. And you had that colorful quote where somebody said they don't really care about your institutional affiliation. It's more about the 3 M's, having man, money, or machine. And so I was wondering if in other interviews that sentiment was validated and what role institutions do play in terms of credibility and negotiating power.
Yes, so the first part of the question, the reason that I focus on sector because I can see that the policy implementation in Thailand start from the top, and organizations they are justified by the KPI created by the government. So I can see that under the same sector, organization and individual, they look at the same way according to the guidance of the government. And the second question is about so can you repeat like the second part of the question?
That institutional affiliation is not as relevant was validated by any of your other interviewees? And then what role do institutions play in terms of negotiating power within this like cycle?
Yes, so yeah, like I just say that most organization will try to follow the guidance from the top government. However, at the individual, like one of the interviewee from medical science, he feels struggle because he feel like the way the government want us to do is not enough for the medical science. So at individual level, they might have different view and perspective. And I think that's the reason he would like to make changes, but it have to be at the top level because they need to rely on budget and resources that need to come from the government. They don't have enough power at individual or organization level. So I think that's that kind of struggling between like different level of organization and individual levels.
Hello. Hi again. Thank you for your presentation. I wanted to ask you a question about a little aspect of your methodology. You said you investigated 3 fields of study: medicine, engineering, and agricultural and biological sciences. I wanted to know what were the reasons to choose those 3 fields. I was wondering if it was because they were the most strong fields in Thailand scientific landscape, or there were another reasons to the choice, because those 3 fields are very different between each other, and as you said, any of them you found different aspects. So why those 3 and not other 3? Or that's the question. Thank you.
Yes. So there are a combination of reasons. The first reason, yes, I look at the top 10 subject area that Thailand has published. And I found that this among the top 10 areas, medical science is the one in the top, like always high and it keep increasing. And I select biological science, agricultural and bioscience and engineering because they show different pattern of collaboration between Thailand and US and Thailand and China. In agricultural and biological science, the trend for Thai-China collaboration is increasing very fast, but at the same time, Thai-US collaboration also stable, like it keep up with the trend. On the other hand, in engineering, the Thai-China collaboration increased like very fast, and the proportion of Thai-US collaboration is greatly impacted by that trend between Thailand and China, the collaboration between Thailand and China. So I would like to explore what makes the difference, not only the number of publication in total, but the pattern of collaboration between Thailand and US and Thailand and China. And the last reason, I feel like these three areas are very different. Medical science is mostly based on basic research, and the other two are kind of like related to applications and technology. So that's the reason I have.
Any other questions on Zoom? Oh, great, Daniel.
Yeah, I wanted to wait until most people had a chance to ask questions, since I've had many opportunities to ask questions, Gam. But one thing that sticks with me is that this contrast of Thai-US and Thai-China collaborations, the pattern in two of the three areas. It's a little different in medicine, but in two of the three areas, the image that you give is that sort of with the US, the collaborations are much more formal and heavily state-sponsored, and with China, they're more spontaneous and initiated at a lower level, initiated maybe by the researchers themselves to a greater extent. And it's not obvious to me why that's the case. And so I want to ask you why you think it is, and is it the difference between US and Chinese policy and the way that those two countries promote or don't promote collaborations, or is it coming from the Thai side? Or does it have to do with, I don't know, geography, language, and so forth?
So I think the most important factor is that Thailand, we still need funding. We need money to do like a lot of things. From when Thai researcher work with US partner, if they want to get the funding from the US government, mostly will need to go through like formal programs, like government projects. So government still need to get involved a lot to be able to increase the potential to get funding from the US. On the other hand, with China, seem like the strategy that they are using right now is to like just give out money, like whatever you want to do, if it fit to our broad goals, and like they have very broad goals and they have a lot of money. So it's like the funding from the China is come like in various form. It can be like small budget with small projects. It can be like individual can even reach out to the from the interview, I can see that some project is begin from the bottom. Scientists from Thailand and US can hold hand and like, okay, we want to do this and we want to get the budget. And it seemed like they can get the budget from the Chinese government easier that way compared to work with US partner. They have to go through the formal channel. So that's the main reason that I can see. And social factors also play roles because the US is much further from Thailand. So it's much easier to travel back and forth between Thailand and China and work together. They can see each other more often and create greater trust. For Thai-US, the chance that they will meet is like very rare because of the distance and the prices and the cost of traveling. So maybe they meet like once a year, twice a year, and mostly they work on their own in their countries. So there are like many reasons why the pattern and the form of collaboration between the two pairs are different.
I have a question. So, and I think it's related to, well, I feel like you've sort of indirectly, you've talked about resources a little bit, or a number of times, and relationships, and I've been thinking about money and gain and material gain and personal gain, sort of in these dimensions of relationships and resources. So I was just curious if and how that kind of gain came up in your interviews in particular. So you talked about professional recognition, and I'm just curious about whether you think, or whether again it came up in interviews, that there are other kinds of gain, right? That this professional recognition turns into job opportunities, or whether people are seeking or avoiding projects or collaborations because of issues about money or resources. I hope that's a clear question.
Yes, I think I just have the answer and it's gone. Oh yeah, so what I see is that during the circle of resource conversion, both personal and organizational factor play roles. Like many people want to work for job opportunity, like want to gain visibility, recognition, so they can progress in their career. But at the same time, they realize that if they did a good job, the organization also it also respond to organization goals. So it's kind of intertwined between individual level and organizational level. And I think expecting for return, it appear in the interview like a lot. Like they have to think what they have to do and what they will get back. Is it for myself? It is for my organization? Is it for my countries? And I also noticed that scientists or researchers from different career stages have different mindset and looking for different things. For example, a younger one, they tend to focus more on themselves. Like I want to collaborate with international partner because that's how I will gain more recognition that way. And they will try to avoid working with local people because that will not like very famous. But at the same time, this will lead to another problem that for younger generation, they ignore the local problem and try to work with international partner and try to do something big that is not related directly to Thailand. Compared to more senior scientists, many of them, like I think most of them, they always like mention like I want to do something back to the country. So I don't mind working with local people, small university, because I want to see the return like at personal level doesn't play a role anymore. I don't want any more. I don't want to get promotion or anything, but I just want to serve back to the country. So they're more like they will try to focus on the data, get the right the information that help them solve the problems. So there are a lot of aspects that play a role in here, like how scientists execute the cycle of conversion.
Thank you so much. And now I have a part two, which came up as you were answering my part one, which is, did you hear anyone talk about why they might avoid a collaboration? Did people talk about, reasons why they don't want to engage in this strategy, or stories that about difficult collaborations that would make people avoid them in the future?
Actually, yes, because but the reason that I heard, it's more like personal reason. One of them said that her peers, her friends avoid international collaboration because it would take a lot of time to work on the project, and they want to focus on something else, like maybe family, or they don't want to waste their time like traveling, and they just want to do something that they just finish it locally with the quicker time. So there's some like reason, but mostly is like mostly is personal reason. Actually, there is another case that I can talk about. Is that some people, since Thailand and China, like we are very close and we seem like we are the same level. Some scientists feel like if they collaborate with China, they will not get that much recognition. Some people will try to work with a bigger country like from Europe or America. That way, they seem like they are getting more recognition and become they have higher chance to get promoted. So that's what I can see from the interviews.
Thank you. We have another question in the room.
Hi, Gam. Congratulations. I liked your presentation. It was really clear to me how you explained the triple helix framework, how you use it. And I was just curious about how or what were the, how can I say that, the criterias you use or to choose the 18 researchers you talk about. You said 7 males, 11 males. Are they the people that more publish the most in the country, or how did you end up just choosing them? I'm just curious about that. It's not a critic. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. My goal is to have like pretty much like equal number of people in different criterias, but it's very hard. So since I used to work at the Office of Science and Technology, right, and I have opportunities to work with many researchers, so I reached out to them first and asked them if they know anyone that could be the best interviewee for my study. So I start with like my personal contacts. And then I also have a group of scientists that I got from like randomly, like I look at the publication in Thailand and select the top researchers and just randomly reach out to them, tell them about my project and want to talk to them. But yeah, I got a few people from that direction as well. And another reason that it's hard to get like equal number is that it's very hard to get interviewee in industry sector. I talked to a couple of them and they seem like, oh, I don't want to talk much about my project. It's kind of like business secret, and I don't want to go through, like I have to ask my boss if I can talk about this and that. So it's really hard to get participant in some criteria, especially in industry. But my first goal is to reach out to people who have who are very active in that criteria. For example, work a lot with local partner, work a lot with American partner or Chinese partner.
Oh, okay. We have another question from the room.
Yeah, Gum, I also have a question regarding the framework you have used to think about the Global South and the Global North. How did you find it helpful and useful, the STS literature, for you to conceptualize the relationships between South and North? What are the difficulties you may have found to make also an analysis about these complex and not equal relationships?
Yes, the first thing I would like to see is the differences of the collaborative activities or collaboration between Thailand and advanced country and Thailand and developing country. I want to observe what's the differences and what could be the benefit or why it happened that way. And then first goal is to try to understand it. Like, is it aligned with the post-colonial science literature out there? And another goal is, once I understand what happened and how can we compromise the challenges that happen in both forms of collaboration, and hopefully to have some suggestion or information that useful for scientists and policymakers to make sure that all the partners, either more advanced or equal or lower, they can get what they can get the most benefit for them, and collaboration went very well and everybody is happy what the outcome. So like how to compromise the differences between partners. Yeah, so that's what I'm hopefully my project help with that.
Okay, we're winding down. Any other questions from the room? Okay, well then join me in thanking GAM so much for kicking off our student dissertation presentation.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for your time and like joining this presentation, and thank you for all people who ask questions as well. It's very helpful.
And we'll see you all next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.